special little episode for you guys here today. So I have my friend and colleague, Emily Sheets, back on. And you probably know Emily by this point, if not from this podcast, possibly from my retreat, or from our women's community, which is the Nest. So Emily and I started the Nest in November. We are just over 2 months in, and it has been, I know I will say it has exceeded all of my expectations. It has been just such a good group experience. And honestly, I'm just so excited about like all that it could be and what's next for it. So I wanted to have Emily on today just to tell you guys a little bit more about it. I know, well, we know that there is a lot of interest out there. We actually, it's incredible. Like the amount of clicks that are on this group, it really hasn't like tapered off. Like people are continuously interested, whether or not they're committing, there's definitely interest there. And so we're like, what are they not understanding? What do we need to tell them about this group so that you can get excited too and hopefully join us if it's something that you want to do. So, hi, Emily. Thanks for being here.
Hello. Yes.
So, tell me in your words, Emily, tell us about the Nest. Like what are we doing? What is kind of the format? What have you really liked about it? Just give me your thoughts.
Yeah. So well, first, it's a virtual group. I think some people maybe think we're doing this in person, although we have definite plans to do in-person stuff, together because I mean, for me, like in-person community and connection is just amazing. And this is like a really incredible way. Like we have people from all across the US in this group right now, and it has just been it has also exceeded my expectations in so many ways. And it's a group where we meet. We've been meeting like 3 to 4 times a month, and we have different call topics. For example, tomorrow, I'm not sure when this will actually be like put out into the public, but we do a healing circle once a month. We are having one tomorrow, and that's on a specific topic. I lead that circle for women, where we really work through subconscious beliefs that are holding us back in life with a specific topic. This month of January, the topic is self-doubt and self-sabotage. But we've done letting go of guilt was another one, and just feeling more connected with yourself and other people was another circle we did. So it changes every month. And then we also do like Sarah, you lead the strategy intention call setting every month, which I've so enjoyed. I've been participating myself because I it's just like a little great way for me to sit down with other women and carve out time in my month to reflect on my month and just get my thoughts organized for the next month. I love it because it's on my calendar. It's like a set date. I'm committing to it, and I show up and I do it, and we get to talk about like what we're creating for the next month with other people that are supportive and loving. And then we have what I think is actually the most special circle that we host together every single month. And that's a sharing circle, which I think scares the shit out of some people. But to me, it's the most magical component of this group because we're just sharing, like it's almost like taking a load off of your heart, your mind, just sharing with other people that are there to support you, to just listen to you, and or you can get like free coach. Well, no, it's part of the group, so it's not free, but like just like coaching, one-on-one hot seat coaching from Sarah and myself. And I feel like that circle is so special because I just love the bond that has been created between all these beautiful women in the group. And I actually have, I every time I talk about it, it's just hard for me to put into words, but it's literally a safe space to just get things off your chest and to receive feedback, advice, guidance, and support. And I just feel like that is missing in a lot of people's lives and they don't even realize it. And so even for myself, like just being a part of that as a facilitator has just been incredibly like touching to my heart, and it has allowed me to feel more connected, more supported, and just around women that like get it, because I think in this growth path that we are, I think everybody in this group is on a path to growth, a path to creating amazing things in their life. And there can be so much negativity out there, and sometimes within our own minds, it can be so refreshing to have like the perspective of somebody that's your cheerleader and that's there to support you. So it's just been beautiful all around. But that's kind of like the overview that comes to my mind. I don't know if you have anything to add. Did I miss something?
No, I love that. So yeah, like Emily said, 3 to 4 calls, kind of the guaranteed is the energy session that Emily does, the strategic session that I do, the sharing circle. And then like this month we added on a manifestation circle, which was
Mm.
fucking amazing. If I do say so myself. That one like blew my mind. But then you also have access to a Facebook community, and that really is there for accountability. What's been really amazing is watching some of these women connect within that group, but also now outside of that group, seeing them get inspired by one another. And that's the, I mean, I say irony, but it's not, because it really is like attraction. It's like all these women that we have brought into this space, they have just like little similarities, or like, and not to say it's like a blank, everybody's the same. It's been interesting to see how many like just little one-offs there are of like, oh, you're doing this, I've done that, or here, check this out. It's like, it's this space where I feel like you can come and bring whatever you want, whatever it is that you're working through, whatever you're excited about. I mean, there's no parameters in that area. It's just that you're open to sharing whatever it is that you're open to sharing. And then the energy just builds on that, because you have the supportive community of women that are excited for you and that can see themselves in you. And it's,
Mhm.
I don't think I'm doing the best job describing it either. It is hard to put into words. Here's what I can say. The women in this community are amazing. And just like Emily said, so when we started this group, it was like, okay, Emily, you'll do this and I'll do this. And that way we're not committed to all these calls. We're like saving our energy. And I've been on every one of Emily's calls and she's been on every one of my calls, because it's just that good and it's that fulfilling. And even as a facilitator, like I am getting so much out of this group. That part has actually been like surprising to me, is how much I've taken away from it. And yeah, just seeing these women like show up authentically and bravely and compassionately towards one another, I think that's been another really cool thing to witness. So that's kind of the overview.
Mhm.
um, what would you say, Emily, has been like one of your favorite moments or things that you've seen like play out so far?
Well, okay, there's so many things actually. First, it's just seeing new friendships and new connections between women that are like maybe like they look like they don't have anything in common or in totally different spots in life, but have like similar passions and interests. That's been really, really fun to watch and to see them like, yeah, go off and like do things on their own together. And like, hey, I'm doing this too. Like, like let's do this together kind of energy. And so I've loved that. But my favorite moment was that manifestation circle we held. I guess that would have been, was that last weekend? Anyways, doesn't matter when it was, but it was just so amazing to actually see the women's faces light up with such joy and like receiving, I feel like this group is a way for us to practice like receiving good energy from other people and help and support and assistance. Cause I don't know that everybody's always that good about that, but to see like the tears in people's eyes, receiving support and love from one another on that call was just like everything for me. Like when I'm pouring support into these ladies and I see them light up like that and just really take it to heart and fill their own cups with it, I it's just an indescribable feeling how good I felt after that call. So that was my favorite. What about you?
Yeah, I honestly, that call is it for me. And I think that the piece of it was the it was the expressions on the face. So what happened is like everybody went around and said like what they were, manifesting this year and what they're pouring their energy into. And then everybody else was able to provide feedback, support, whatever. And because these women, everybody that's started with us has been in it. That's another beautiful thing is that like I feel like the women that are in it are committed for, the foreseeable future, which is super cool. But they've gotten to know each other to an extent. And they were like lifting each other up. And it was like the bewilderment almost like in some of their eyes of like, you see me, you see that in me, like you've only known me for 2 months. We've only shared so much here, and you're seeing that I have this inside me. You believe that this is possible for me. Like it was amazing. And I think that that is what we need in life. And honestly, like I do say that a lot. You're only as good as your support system. And I have a great support system. I'm very fortunate in that way. And I still go outside of my, immediate support system and I seek support in other ways because when you're around women like this that are doing big shit and that are talking about their emotions, that are having hard conversations, that are showing up for themselves, that is contagious. And it doesn't matter for Emily and I, like if we're the facilitator or not, I'm still receiving all of that, all of their energy, all of their goodness. And so it really is like an up leveler. That's how I see it. If you commit to this community, it is your commitment to yourself to up level whatever area of your life you're wanting to pour into. And so yeah, that
Hmm.
honestly, all of it's been amazing. It's all been amazing. And yeah, I'm just so excited to see where it goes. Um, so I do want to just talk a little bit about details quickly. So right now, the price of the membership is $33 a month. And what that gets you is access to the Facebook group, as well as access to all of our calls that we're hosting within that month. You can also bundle 3 months for $88 and save some money and really commit to yourself to show up for this for a minimum of 3 months, which, hello, game changer. And we also have a drop-in rate. So a lot of the conversations, Emily, and that Emily and I have had behind the scenes is, why are there all these clicks and what's the missing piece? Like, what is it that's not allowing them to commit yet? And one of the things that we've
Hmm.
just been kind of honest about is that it can be really hard to show up like this. It can be really hard to be seen. It can be really scary to put yourself out there, to step into a group that you're not familiar with. And so I just want to talk about that briefly. So, Emily, you tell me if you were sitting here and you're like, this all sounds great and terrifying because I don't want to put myself out there. And who says I want to share in a group circle? And that manifestation thing, like my heart started beating fast because that feels so uncomfortable for me. Like, what would you tell that person?
Mm. Well, I would tell you that you're actually not all that dissimilar to myself or anybody else that's in the group. Um, I think all of us have had some fear that we've had to face around this group, putting it together or showing up on the calls and sharing. And we really, the reason why we called it the nest, because we wanted to create it as this little safe cocoon, this little safe space. And so, we always stress that with every call. It's like, you can just come and observe. You don't have to share anything, or you can just share like one sentence, or, like it's all based on your comfort level. But this is a safe space to practice the skills that I feel like are honestly life skills, but also if you're here to like do big things in your life, it's a safe space to practice that literally around other people that are on the same path as you, that get it, that, this is not it's a non-judgmental place. It is a non-critical place. It is a place where we are focused on growth and loving each other and uplifting each other. And so, if you are here to do those big things, um, this might be the perfect opportunity for you to actually work through some of that fear. Like that fear is not natural and normal. And, I think your willingness to lean into that and know yourself, if that is like something you need to do at this time, is probably part of your path, to work through those fears if you feel called to it. So it's not necessarily being like, I'm afraid, so it can't be right for me. I think I just want to normalize that. I think everybody in the group has had fear of one kind or another come up, and we work through it together.
Yeah, I do think it is like the ultimate confidence booster. That's one thing that I think I've
Mm.
was not unexpected. That actually wasn't our vision. Like, let's get women together and boost their confidence. Never said that. It has just been a byproduct of the
Mhm.
group that's been incredible to witness. I am going to go backwards. I don't know if I said the drop-in rate is $22. So you can come to any one-off session for $22 because we have such a broad variety of subjects. If something sparks your eye, you can always just drop in. But I want to share that where this inspiration came from was actually from my first retreat, which Emily was there co-hosting with me. It was such a beautiful experience. And that was the starting point for all of it. And it was something that it was like this feeling that within minutes of being at the retreat, that these women came, they felt safe, they felt comfortable, they felt heard, they felt seen. And that was the foundation of this group, is we need to create this. Women actually need this in their lives. They just don't realize it. And we are providing it in the most accessible way that we could think of. So you don't have to leave your home. So it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg, because we believe so wholeheartedly in that, that yes, it can be scary. Yes, there is probably hesitation, and there's so much waiting for you on the other side of that. And the reason that we're moving forward with this together is because that is the beauty of Emily and I. Like, together, our energy, we just create this really safe space. And it's like this beautiful mix of, yes, it's healing. Yes, it's deep conversations. It's also laughs. It's also lighthearted. It's also forward momentum. It's also goal setting. Like, it's just this beautiful, it's like this all encompassing like nest. Like, that is the name of it for that reason. Like, it is meant to support you and hold you and carry you towards whatever it is that you're moving to. So that's my
Mm-hmm.
2 cents on it.
Mm-hmm.
We would obviously love to have you there. If you have any questions, please don't be shy. I am going to link it in the show notes. We do update the calls on through this link, so you can always see what we have up and coming, or you can join the group there. Emily, did I miss anything or anything to add?
No, I just think if you are still here listening to this, like, listen to that nudge. Come try it out, or come ask questions. If there's anything you're still hesitant about, we're happy to help you feel empowered by this decision. And, like Sarah said, the confidence and the empower, I just see these ladies step more and more into their power every call, and that's what it's about. So if that feels like something you are desiring in your life, I promise you that this is something that you can expect to find in the nest. This is what we're creating together, and I just hope to see you there.
Yes, same. We hope to see you there.